Hello, I am Brad Utterstrom. This is day 90 of 100 Days of Sketch Cards. If you've been watching, you've figured out by now that I cut out doing daily videos about, 10 days ago, something like that. I went pretty strong for the first 75 or so days without missing more than a day or two here and there. And I just hit a point where I had to change that. The daily videos were kind of getting in the way. There's a lot of different reasons that I ended up kind of cutting them out. Some of it is just stuff that I was going through personally was making it hard. But I think one of the bigger reasons is because I never, throughout this process, I kind of figured I would pick up more viewers and followers, and that never really happened. So I have probably one. I think I have one consistent follower who has watched every single video, from what I can tell. Thank you, Todd. And then, a handful of people who seem to watch them sporadically, or watch, the certain ones that stick out for some reason, like if I do a time-lapse video, or the one where I was talking about the, kind of the meaning of sketch cards and things like that. Some of those got a lot more views and things like that, but I never really picked up consistent following, and so the daily videos seemed a lot less important given that. But it hasn't affected my artwork output, and that's the important part of the project anyway, in my eyes. So as I'm on, I think day 90, so in the home stretch of 100 days of sketch cards, which was kind of loosely defined to begin with. It was like 100 days of drawing a lot. It's basically what it boils down to, and I have done that. It's been great for that. It's kept me on my toes, kept me going. Now that I have quit doing the daily videos, it gave me some breathing room in some aspects. Like I was able to focus more on the drawing that I was doing, the actual art, and less on, well, what am I going to talk about today, getting my video up. Shooting a video and uploading it and all that takes time that I could be putting towards the art itself. So a lot of that kind of ties into why I backed off from that. And anyway, I've been keeping at it with the art at about the same pace. Over the whole course of this thing, I think I'm just below 1.5 sketch cards per day. But that also doesn't factor in that I've done some other drawings during that time that weren't sketch cards, like the medical drawings I'm doing, and a couple odd commissions that were larger. So my pace has been really good, I think. And at the same time, I also feel like I could increase it quite a bit, especially this summer when I'm not working full time. I think I've learned a lot about time management and my lacking skills in time management, and how I still haven't really improved them. I have, but not as much as I could. If that makes any sense. Anyway, there was a drawback too to when I did quit doing the daily videos, a week or two ago. I was like, I'll just do a video every few days when I have something to say. And that is, I started to get more disorganized. I was having a harder time tracking what I had drawn each day, what I needed to be working on. This is the first time I've done this, but I actually did a commission sketch card and mailed it out before I scanned it. I forgot to get it good picture of it. I got a crappy picture on my phone, and that's it. So, oops. I don't know if I can blame that on the videos, but doing so many sketch cards, and not like, if I'm doing a big batch of sketch cards for a set, it's pretty easy to keep those organized. Let's say I have 30 to do, right? I do them. I usually I might take a picture here and there of my progress or of a few completed ones. But basically, once I finish them all, then I line them up on the scanner in groups of 8 or whatever fits and makes the most sense. Scan them like assembly line style, get my handful of scans, package them up, mail them off. Now that I'm doing way more commissions and personal sketch cards, when I was just doing, a few a week, I would get pictures and scan each one individually as I finished them, and then post them to Facebook or whatever forums or social media online. And now that I'm doing so darn many, it doesn't make as much sense to do it that way, or I'm spending more time on social media than I am drawing, which isn't good. So I've been waiting until I get 6. So I get 6 done. That's a good amount to scan all at once, and then I crop them and save them and start posting them up to my website and Facebook and everything. But doing that has me all sorts of disorganized in terms of what have I posted, what's on my website, what's on Facebook, what have I posted where, and it's just way harder to track. So I've got to get a better system down for that, and I'm not really sure what my plan is there. So the daily videos were helping, I think, for that, because each day I'd be like, well, this is what I drew today. So this is what I drew today and yesterday. I'll show you right now. 1.5 per day, like I said. Hendo, Dan Henderson, I drew this mostly on Jeff Lafferty's Artcast yesterday. But this will be a fun segue. Hendo, yesterday. Bendo, today. Ben Henderson. I drew this one today. Oh, and this one, so I did the Cowboy Cerrone a few weeks ago, a month ago. It's all melding together. And I thought I was drawing on Bristol, and I was not. And when I started drawing this one, I already had it like sketched up, but I did the markers today. Same thing. I don't know if you'll be able to see. It is not Bristol. It's some weird cardstock with a glossy back. So when I started in with the markers, you probably can't tell. Well, yeah, you can. It's got this real blotchy look. This is not an art paper. But I was halfway done, so I just finished it up anyway. And it's not even for anything. It's just because I thought it was a cool picture, and last time I was gathering reference photos, I threw that one in there because I didn't have a drawing of him yet. And then also today, Iron Mike Tyson, former heavyweight champion. All 3 of those are Copic marker, cool grays. And the other 2 are on Bristol. So, in terms of the difference of the way Bristol handles it, see how Hendo, not so blotchy, Bendo, blotchy. Oh well. This goes back to, I'm just going to keep, I knew I had a lot to talk about today. And so I'm just not worried about the time. I'm just going to ramble on as long as I need to, which might be, 15 minutes, who knows. Those 2 that I did today, Bendo and Mike Tyson, are not for commissions or anything like that. And that kind of sucks because I have so much to do right now that is for commissions or for sets that I'm working on or whatever. It seems ridiculous that I'm doing anything that's not for a paid customer at this point. But the reason is, and I've mentioned this before, it's so much easier sometimes for me to do grayscale than color because I'm backed up on color work. So if you want me to, if you're considering getting a commission and you want it fast, go for black and white. Go for grayscale, because to do my color ones, I have to, I just, it's kind of a mental block almost. I feel like I have to be in a different mindset and like at the top of my game or something like that. And I have to be at home because all my markers are here. So I kind of have to have the right setup to be able to do color. Whereas grayscale, I take, you know, a little baggie of 10 markers with me wherever I go. So I'm drawing, you know, on my downtimes throughout the day. I'm drawing if I'm at my mom's house for something like, I'm just, and also usually if I have the camera running, if I need to worry, it's just so much easier to draw grayscale. So like yesterday morning when I actually did the art cast with Jeff Lafferty and on his show, Jay Ferguson was on there too, and Scott Cirkland. They're all awesome artists. Yeah, it's just so much easier for me to do a grayscale one and chat away with those guys and not have to concentrate as much on picking the right colors. I've done some color ones on Artcasts and it goes fine. Like I said, it's mostly a mental block in my head. I feel like it's going to be more complicated. So the bottom line is, what I'm getting at is, as I get loads of work that I'm supposed to do, the grayscale ones I'm always caught up on, and the black and whites I always seem to feel like they pile up. And this is awesome news. You know, kind of going back to, I'm almost in a reflective mode already with 10 days left, because I'm nearing the end of the 100 days and thinking about, what was good, what was bad, and I'll get into that a little more as I do close out the last 10 days. But what's good is, even though I wasn't picking up viewers for my videos, I'm producing more art, and that's bringing in more followers for my art. It's not really translating into big numbers of followers on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. It is translating into more customers and repeat customers, and that's awesome. That's what, as an artist, the best thing I feel like I can strive for is to have customers that keep coming back, that keep wanting more of my work because they like what I've done for them. Right now at this point, God, I was just in the last 2 days, I got loaded up with a whole bunch of new commissions. A lot of them is from one customer, so that's part of it, but I was trying to count what I have right now lined up, and I lost track at about 15. I have at least 15 commissions that I am committed to do at this point. And on top of that, I'm still doing set work, and I'm still doing the medical drawings, which I haven't found the right way to bounce back and forth between those two, between all of those projects, because I need to keep them all rolling and progressing. And I feel like I'm doing about the best I can at doing that, and I still know I need to do better. But anyway, so the medical drawings are coming along. I'm almost done with the first chapter of them, but there's something like 10 or 11 chapters, and he's kind of talking about maybe trying to have them done at the end of fall. So what is that? Put us at November or something? Maybe even earlier than that. So this summer I'm really going to have to go at it with those. But on top of that, I was also counted something like 15 commissions at least, and I also counted something like at least six card sets that I'm either currently working on or have signed up for, and I'm waiting for the blanks to arrive. Because of all that, I'm really trying to be careful not to overload myself on any, like, one set in particular, for instance. I really wanted to, it's a prestigious set, I guess I would say. So I really wanted to do as many as I could for that set. And given all the other things I've got, I just couldn't do any more than the minimum that they were asking for. So that's the way it goes. I mean, like I said, I can't complain about that. I'm getting more and more requests, and I'm actually now consistently turning down requests for anything other than a sketch card, basically. Like I said, I've committed to a couple of those, which at this point they're not on the back burner, but one guy has been super patient, and it's just for him, and there's no rush on that one, so I've been doing stuff that has a deadline first. I will get to his pretty soon, and the other one, she's actually kind of gung-ho about it, but she doesn't need it for like 4 months or something, and it's going to make payments throughout, monthly payments or something like that. So even though I think she's excited to see it, I hope she can understand that that one's not going to be rushed when I have all these deadlines way ahead of hers. So anyway, I've got a couple that I've committed to do, but I don't think I'm going to be taking on anything non-sketch card commission related in the near future. At least until I get caught up. You know, if it starts to slow down, sure, that's a different thing. Kind of like I do some trading too with mixed martial arts cards, MMA trading cards. And a lot of times, those are some of my biggest fans, so a lot of times they're like, oh, I have some cards you want, how about you do a drawing for me? And I had a guy ask me that today, and I felt bad for saying no, but it's like, right now I'm so overloaded, I can't be doing artwork like that for trade. I just can't. If I was at a point where I was looking for work, yeah, I could probably do it. Anyway, one other thing I wanted to show you before I do wrap this up. Whoa, closing in on 20 minutes. Sweet. Is this. I did this yesterday. I bought this quite a while ago. It's I got it at Michael's Arts and Crafts. Let's see if I can turn so you guys can get a decent look at it. Kinda. Boom. So I got this like frame thing for displaying trading cards, and what I wanted to use it for was to display mostly the Topps Museum Club baseball canvas collection reprints I've done. And I threw it, it fits 20 cards, so I threw in a couple collector crates up here. All the rest of these are Topps baseball. Anyway, I thought that was kind of neat looking, and it's really easy. I put them all in standard top loaders, which is small enough that it fits right in there. I can just slide it in. The ones that actually came with it were a much crappier quality card holder, but they were bigger, and so you couldn't just tuck them in there. You had to like jam them in and slide them through. So I think the only problem potentially with this is, watch as I tilt it forward, they'll tip. Oh, yep, too much. So I'm hoping that does not happen, as they are actually going to be displayed on a flat wall. I've got to make sure it's not tilting forward at all. But anyway, I thought that was a pretty cool investment for, I think it was really cheap. I want to say I got it for under 10 bucks. So I might go back and see more if they have more, because I thought it was a cool way to display my own art that I'm proud of at this point, to have, stuff in trading card sets. So I'm going to wrap it up there. Had a lot to catch up on from the last week and a half, 2 weeks or whatever since my last video. And I really didn't even catch up on any of it, other than to say I've been busy, even though I haven't been shooting videos. So, yeah, there we go. I'll keep cranking them out. Again, daily videos, probably not, but you'll see at least a couple more from me in the next 10 days as we wind out. I'll do at least probably one more art cast where I don't feel rushed to try and say everything in like I said, I didn't feel like doing an art cast today. I just felt like turning on the camera, even though I knew it was going to be a little longer. So, catch you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching, and thanks for supporting my artwork. I'm Bradu. See you later.